Hello there. We're here at Abilities 360 in Phoenix, Arizona, and I wanted to tell you about this guy that I met about 4 months ago, Paul Bingham here. I've always come across people with spinal cord injuries, and I want to kind of know their story, and especially his, because at the time when I had saw him, we met at a golf abilities demonstration over here that was sponsored by Abilities 360. And I saw him walking around with one arm crutch, basically with one arm crutch, and just moping around really slow, and kind of figured out, his story. He told me his story and everything, and everybody looks at my story and thinks that I'm kind of inspiring and have a thick head or a thick skull and just do things, out of the box. But anyway, when you hear Paul's story a little bit, you kind of think that my story is really inconsistent. Not inconsistent, but just it almost doesn't compare to his story and stuff. So this is Paul Bingham, and kind of tell him a little bit about your story, about your injury and everything.
Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate it. Every story is a good story. So just so Eddie knows, whatever he is doing is a big thing also. Everything that you can do to stay out of a chair or to move one step forward is a good thing. My accident happened in 2013. I got ran over by a car. I was paralyzed from the nipples down for about maybe 4 or 5 months, and then some of my limbs started to work a little better.
What injury level did you have?
My injury level was C6-7, and I was an Asia 3 incomplete. So with mine, and I'm also got Brown C card, which that one is probably my worst problem. That one I feel more pain than other people that are complete.
Explain that one again.
Brown C card, what it is as the injury goes down to the lower end of your back where the nerves crisscross, mine flip-flop to where now my damage is to my left side where I feel all my pain. My right side, I feel nothing. So I feel no pain on my right, but I do on my left. That's what the Brown C card is. So unfortunately, or fortunately for me, I am able to walk, but I deal with a lot of pain. We can take a break just for a second. What I've been doing to get myself from the chair that I was into 2 walking sticks, to 1 walking stick, to now no walking sticks.
Let me ask you this. When you first were paralyzed, how much strength did you have in your arms and your shoulders?
I had none. I had to relearn how to sit up, how to speak. I'm still working on my speech though. 0 strength in any hands or my legs.
Really?
Nothing.
How much do you have back now in your hands?
My right hand, I would say I've got maybe 60 or 70% back.
Yeah.
I still have no feeling in my pinky or the finger next to it. The other 3 work real good. On my left, which is most of my damaged area, my thumb and my index finger, I don't have the squeeze ability that you're supposed to have. And my other 3 fingers, I have no feeling in them, and they really are just kind of, they're floating along. So in my left hand, I would say I have maybe 10% strength in my left hand. My right leg, I would guess maybe about 20%. My left, or my right leg, maybe about 80%. So I'm not quite up to par strength-wise, muscle-wise, and I won't get to that until I can get my nerves to talk to my muscles, to tell my muscles to finally relax. That's a lot of my big problem, is when I had the injury in the neck, is I got the severing from my head to my nerves to tell my body to relax. So that's a lot of my big problem.
Do you have any spasticity?
I had a lot of spasticity until I got a pump installed into my stomach. And what the pump does is it allows baclofen to go straight into my spinal column or my cord. And this way here, none of that goes into your bloodstream. It just goes right into your spinal column to where I get no more spasticity, but I still have a lot of pain.
How long after your accident did you get the pump put installed?
That one was about 3 years. I just got the pump put in last March, so I'm just coming out to a year. Still trying to fine tune how much baclofen he will allow to go into my spinal column, because if he gives me too much, my muscles will just go limp. I won't be able to get up, I won't be able to stand, I won't be able to move my arms. So it's a real slow process on how much he can give me at a time so I can still function.
Right.
Are you at Barrows under care for this?
I am under Barrows care for this, correct.
Cool.
My surgeries were done through Barrows. My outpatient was done through Barrows. My rehab is being done here at Ability 360.
Do you work with anybody here at Ability 360?
I don't.
Come on.
I come on my own. The only reason why I'm able to do that is because of the outpatient that I had at Barrows to teach me what it is I needed to know, so when I came on my own, I would know what to do. And there's still things that I don't know. I will watch somebody else, and I can incorporate that into my work.
Sure.
So I still learn every time I come something new, something to challenge myself, saying, hey, I haven't been able to do that, or I can't turn so much to my right, and that's my issue now with my spinal cord. So I'm working real hard on my rotations.
Good.
Let me ask you this. When I first met him, well, how long were you in the wheelchair?
I was in a wheelchair for 2.5 years.
2.5 years, and how much time do you spend in the wheelchair now?
None. I haven't since the day I got out of the wheelchair. And the reason I got out of the wheelchair is I was watching my wife do the stuff that I should have been doing, getting ready to go camping.
You better not tell my girlfriend that.
I was going to say, Patty.
So Eddie, I was really upset watching her do the things that I should have been doing.
Yeah.
So I leaned forward, I grabbed a hold of the trailer, pulled myself up, and told her to never let me get in the chair again. And to this day, I still have never been in the chair.
Awesome.
That's crazy. When I first met him at Abilities, the golf demo, I asked him how much he walks, and he was telling me he's got a little app on his phone, and that he tries to walk like 5 miles a day, and my jaw just dropped because, for me walking 300 feet, it's painful, and it's a struggle. When he told me, when I run into him, I always ask him, I said, so how many miles did you walk today? And he just, he tells me, and the last time I saw you before this, you told me you only did 3 miles today, but I'm
averaging that 3.5. Since the pump being installed, I haven't been able to get back up to the level I was at before the pump got installed. It kind of set me back a little bit.
You muscles fatigue?
Big time. So I had to start from ground floor again. Strength rebuild. I got sick not too long ago, so I wasn't been able to come to the gym like I should. So I got a little less strength. Now I'm back, I'm healthy again. So now I'm back to at the gym, try to 2 times a week, if not 3 times a week. I still have not been able to increase my strength on my left side yet. know in time, as my spinal cord opens up, is what my hope is, that I will get a little bit more and a little bit more ability.
Yeah.
The doctors will tell you, well, 3 to 5 years after that, you might not get anything else.
Right.
But they're saying now, Eddie, that this could be up to 10 years that I could still be getting more abilities coming into me.
Yeah. I had a friend that told me he was paralyzed like 17, maybe 18 years now, that he was still getting some things back that he never thought he would get back, and people told him that he had plateaued and everything. So, you know, that's always good news to hear something like that.
Absolutely.
With the patience and knowing that you have to work every day or multiple times a week to be able to sustain, you can't give in.
Yes.
What do your doctors think when they see you? They don't see you in the wheelchair anymore. They see you actually walk in.
Well, my Dr. Link, the first time that I walked in without the wheelchair, I think his jaw about dropped.
I bet.
He says I couldn't believe it. And I didn't tell him that I've been working to get out, little steps and have to get back in, little steps and get back in. And then the time that my wife was doing it, then I said no more. So the doctor, he still thinks that it's a miracle because I should not be able to get up and walk.
Yeah.
The way my injury is, I should not be walking. So,
It's not 3 miles.
well, at least not that.
That's shutting them back.
I average, I'm going to say right at that 3 mile mark, because there's some days, say on Sunday, getting back from church, and I'm just tired, I just don't want to go anymore.
Sure.
So I just sat down in the chair and I say, I'm kind of done for the day. So then it gives me a penalty that I have to do throughout the week to try to get my steps caught back up. So I'm at least going my 3 miles a day.
Can you give us a little demo?
Absolutely.
So you show them, you know?
Yeah, see what you got.
This
We
is
got.
with one arm crutch.
We can walk straight down this way.
So go straight down that way?
Yeah, let's go for it. I got the.
Started out with the crutches and now I'll go without.
No crutches first?
No crutches.
Oh, smokes, man. Look at this.
It's amazing.
No, this is unbelievable. Does he have brace? Does he have AFOs?
I know. We'll ask him.
Yeah.
Still having the issue with the
Attorney.
flat foot.
Are you wearing any AFOs?
No, I'm not.
No.
So you don't have the, did you ever have any issues with a foot drop at all?
Yes. And it
That's
doesn't
unbelievable.
drop anymore, but I can't get the lift. I'm really working hard on getting my foot to lift.
Can you push off? You feel
That, believe it or not, my push off now is coming from the little baby muscle in my butt cheek.
that's where it's supposed to come from. Good.
And that's where it's coming from.
Good.
I get nothing out of my hamstring. It'll give a little flicker
Right.
and then quit.
At the very top of your hamstring?
Yeah.
Like kind of right underneath the butt cheek?
Exactly.
Good, good.
And it just flickers, quits on me.
Mm-hmm.
So my little push off is from the little butt cheek.
Well, and that's that hip extension that you're getting to propel yourself forward. That's
Okay.
Yep,
Is it-
that's
that's
right.
where it's supposed to come from?
That's what you need. Yep,
Okay.
exactly.
Well, it doesn't give me enough. If I get beyond
Oh yeah.
about a 3 or 4% grade,
Uh huh.
I'm working my butt off just to get myself propelled forward. So that's not strong enough for me, and perhaps you can teach me a little
yeah.
bit about what I need to do to strengthen up the muscle.
Sure.
Which ones are working, which ones aren't working.
Mm-hmm. I'd love to.
I
just-
do, and I am supposed to wear an AFO on the left. Hard head, thick head. I'm
Yeah.
stubborn.
Yeah, I can't tell.
I have to do it because if I don't, and I allow something else to assist me,
Mm-hmm.
I personally will get lazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I took that away from myself so I wouldn't get lazy, make myself have to push harder. fell. I haven't fell too many times lately.
Yeah.
So that's telling me I'm getting better with picking my leg up.
Sure. That
So
comes
I'm
from the
pretty
hip.
happy about that.
That's fantastic.
Let me ask you this: what kind of medications are you still on?
I take just a very few. I take Lyrica, and that's for the nerve pain. I take 2 other pills that are for inflammation. And Eddie, right now off my head, I can't think of the name of the darn things. With the accident, I did get a whack in the head. So I do have short-term memory loss, which definitely does affect me. And I know one of the medications I take, that's why I can't remember which one it is, is one of the side effects is short-term memory loss. But I'm on very few, actually, medicines that I need to take. A lot of my medicine is vitamins. I take 5,000 vitamin D, 1,000 of vitamin C. Big thing I know for spinal cord injury people is vitamin D. That they say the more you can get into you, the better off you are.
Really?
Yeah.
With vitamin D.
Vitamin D.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna get some vitamin D then.
I'm at 5,000 per day,
Yeah.
vitamin D. And Eddie, I'm telling you, I know a lot of that take away this plasticity,
Yeah.
so the drugs aren't doing it for you, and maybe get off of something.
Who told you about the vitamin D?
This was a doctor that used to be my primary doctor
Yeah.
until he just passed away. And if it wasn't for him, I don't believe that I would be standing today.
Wow.
Really?
He gave me the vitamin D, and he also gave me a drug, and the next time we talk, I'll let you know what that is, because I no longer can get it, because the drug manufacturers won't give them any more samples. And that's what I was getting, was actually the samples. And I know that's,
You know what it was for?
it was actually for inflammation.
Information.
My big thing with me is a lot of inflammation, and that's why my nerves hurt so much.
Sure. Sure.
We only got a little pathway, and mine's closed up where my nerves swelled up. So I have a lot of nerve pain is a lot of my pain problem. I am unfortunately going to, the 2nd of March is when my pump gets refilled with baclofen. Dr. Link is going to put a little bit of pain medicine in it to try to relieve that nerve pain that I'm experiencing. It's starting to affect what I do, where I go and how I do it. So it's affecting my workout. It's affecting my walking. I'm still doing my walking, but I'm doing it with more pain.
Sure.
So I'm needing a little assistance, unfortunately, through the drug. And I don't know what they're going to put in it until I get it put in.
And let pain be your guidance. You know, that's one of the things too. I don't like to put the restrictions on people,
Yeah.
because if you guys were restricted, you guys would not be walking.
Correct.
So I try to tell people, challenge. You mentioned that word earlier. Challenge. Challenge yourself to do the things you used to be able to do. I'm not going to say you're going to be able to do them,
Right.
but if you challenge yourself and you have these little overcomes, you guys know that they're small increments that you guys are making daily,
Yeah.
but they're there. If you pass one challenge, you're on to the next one. But at the same time, how much is too much? That's where the pain comes in, and that'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fine line,
Well,
because you can't afford setbacks.
You're right, that fine line, I'm still figuring out.
Sure.
Because I try to push myself past
I was
that.
going to say we have to put a Fitbit on them.
Well, you're right. I get a little stupid sometimes.
We all
and
do.
Say, hey, I know I can push a little bit more.
Sure.
And then I hurt myself, set myself back for a little bit, and then we start again. But I'm not as dumb as I used to be.
Yeah, well, we learn.
Yeah, the hard way.
We're trying to get Eddie to go downhill on a 3-wheeler. He won't do that.
Yeah,
He says he still has a neck that's good.
I hear you there. I hear you there, brother.
They're too old to get hurt again next time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Put the
Yeah.
family through everything they've been through. So
And I'm with you on that, Eddie. I've slowed down. Even my walking, I've slowed down. Because every time I fall, it takes me a little longer to recruit from it. We don't heal like we used to heal, or I don't.
We don't. Age.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
There's one thing you can't beat is Father Time, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, you're right there. And I am getting up in age, Mark, to where it takes a little longer to recoup with a whole lot more energy.
oh, can I ask how old you are?
I'm 56.
56.
Yeah.
6. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go.
And you,
That's
Eddie?
impressive. Not that old yet.
Yeah, not that old.
52, I think, is on
52.
cheap. But still, your story's amazing.
Unbelievable.
You know, I think about it, and hopefully, you know, inspire somebody else to just keep on going. Is there any advice you could give anybody that's been like newly injured, or you know, especially some of the younger kids that are out there?
Younger kids, I think, kind of got it a little better than people say our age. Our age, we're kind of willing to give up a little bit easier. I think the young guys, they see their buddies still up and mobile. They want that back again. I think they're willing to put in the extra work in it. And that's what it was
That's
for me.
true.
I was just willing to put in the extra work because I just wasn't willing to be in a chair. I just didn't want that. And that's not saying it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. I
It's your
just
mindset.
didn't want that.
That's your mindset.
And you're right. When you said, what is the one most thing that I would tell somebody, is your mindset. 100%. I never allowed myself to say, I'm done.
Yeah.
I've said, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to get through today. And I ask for God to help me get through today. But I've never said, I'm done. Where's my chair? I want to sit in it again.
Let me ask you this. I know that, you know, the injuries are all different in the spinal cord. I mean, people are severed, their spinal cords are crushed, they're bent, and stuff like that. And so I know that some people, you know, when it's severed, you know, I never give up chances of hope for recovery or anything like that. And when you were laying in bed in that hospital and you didn't have any feeling basically in your arms and your hands, when did it kind of start coming back a little bit?
Well, they kept me in a coma just because of so much swelling on me. Oh, I think about 3 weeks. Then they bring me out. I think by that time, I started getting some movement in my arms. Nothing in my legs at that time. I have still no feeling in my right until I get to my shoulder area. So I really don't know what that was like.
Yeah.
Left, I know what that was like. Left, when I heard it, the nerves send me up to another stratosphere. I don't know what it is. If I hit my leg with something on the left, nerve pain just goes through the roof.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I can do but just sit there and wait for it to finally
Can you
calm
describe
down.
that pain? Is it what the hot pain?
Oh,
burning?
Dude, definitely no burn. This one, trying to say what is it you would feel,
The tingle?
The legs asleep?
a big tingle, definitely a tingle. Burn pain, I get that shooting through my leg to the end of my big toe, and that's the burn pain.
Yeah.
What that one's from or why it is, I don't know. And no reason for it to come and no reason for it to go. But the nerve pain that I keep experiencing, a big tingle, but it's a real sharp. It's almost like a knife being penetrated into me. And I'm really not sure what that feels other than times when you slipped and cut yourself, you feel that first initial ow. That's the only thing I can relate to. How does that feel?
Does it get lessened when you exercise or move your
Absolutely.
pain?
Absolutely.
The more you stay in place or you sit down, obviously from being in the wheelchair, you feel that obviously you felt that more when you were in the chair
Yeah.
than you are now moving.
Yeah. I can't stay standing without moving very well.
Yeah.
That really sets onto my disc. I don't like just standing.
No.
I've got to be moving. And that takes me a while for my back to relax enough for that pain to go away. Eddie, there's times it's taken me from when I start my walk, maybe a mile and a half into my walk, before my back will go finally relax, give me a little bit of relaxation.
And that's that hump that you have to get through, Eddie.
Yeah, it's a bitch. It hurts.
Well, that's what I've been trying to push. We've been getting more and more and more with
Yeah,
it.
you gotta, it's one of those, you gotta push past the pain, but it's a bitch. I'm sorry to say that,
No?
but it's a bear. And there's times,
Glad to know that now.
there's
Yeah,
times
well,
I
that's-
there's times I thought I've hurt myself because the next day I didn't have a whole lot in the gas tank.
Yeah.
I push myself to that limit, but each time that I do that, my recovery time is lessened.
Well, that's how you know the
So
conditioning.
now I know I can do that 3-4 miles every day and still get up the next day and go, okay, I'm ready to go. I get refreshed through my sleep at night.
Yeah.
So my
Because
recovery
you're-
time has gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, that envelope is getting pushed further.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
if we stop at the same point every day or close to, we're not going to get there. So
Correct.
it's those little chops day after day after day to get over that hump.
And you have to decide where do you push it. Do you
Sure.
go on a weekly basis? Do you go on a monthly basis? A daily basis? That depends on what your injury level is and how much pain you can take.
You're not going to go race your car every day or that motor's going to blow up.
Absolutely. It's got to get fueled. It's got to take breaks every now and then. But you do got to get up and push yourself.
Good. Challenge.
Mindset, whatever you do, don't say you can't do it. Because you can't do it if you do it.
We always say if you say the word I can't, you make a liar out of yourself.
You're exactly right. And there are cases, those that are complete and severed, you know that most likely your chances of something coming back are going to be slim. But there's always a chance.
Something's
And
better than
that's what
nothing.
You always have to look forward to.
There's always that. Don't ever want to let the word hope get away.
Yeah, don't count yourself out for anything. There's always a possibility. There's new strides every day in our injuries. Every day they're finding new things that they can use or do that allows us to take a few more steps, not have pain, or if you do have, what to do to get rid of the pain.
Have you personally looked into anything with the stem cells? I know that's a big thing going around in the spinal cord community.
I've got an injury on my right arm that the only thing that the doctor says that will help that is
Stem cell.
stem cell. Unfortunately, right now, today, insurance does not cover that.
Correct.
It is an expensive thing to do, so I haven't said yes, I want to do it yet. I want to see if I, through mindset
Correct. Hard work.
and through working out, I can't get that to go away.
I'm sorry, there aren't much.
If 6 months from now it's still as bad as it is, I can't take it anymore, then I'll look into it further. I know it's a good thing, just an expensive one that right now I can't afford.
Sure. Yeah.
But I know they've made leaps and bounds with it.
Well, and that gets into another thing with this whole injury that both of you gentlemen have sustained is the insurance aspect of it all. You know, the coverage of everything else. Looking on the daily life, the daily living. You know, how are we going to handle this? You know, that's a whole nother can of worms.
Absolutely. That's one that we could go on for a long time.
Yes.
And maybe our next talking, that's one that we could really cover.
Eddie's always said self-educated and hard work.
Yeah.
You know-
You know, and also not so much also that, but I mean, when you come across somebody who may be like a little more advanced than you.
Sure.
Pick their brain.
All day long.
Find out. When I found you, I was like hearing this story that you just decided one day to just get out of the wheelchair and start helping your wife doing things. I was like, and I saw you walking. I mean, you weren't walking, you weren't walking with the one crutch like Speedy Gonzalez.
No,
I mean,
no.
it was at a snail's pace. And we know that one thing that this injury does take away from you is basically speed.
Time.
You know, it takes longer to get ready in the morning. It takes longer to, go to the bathroom and do that whole song and dance. And for you to basically take back what was probably a convenience for you, the wheelchair, and to basically go at a snail's pace with an arm crutch, made my jaw drop. I was like, oh my God, wow, this guy is like a stud.
Well, I remember when you came in after meeting him, you're like, you got to meet this guy.
Yeah.
You got to meet this guy.
Yeah,
Now, when you walk your 5 miles, are you without the arm crutch?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm actually
Or you?
usually will have both.
Okay. But you
Just
still
because
security,
the
safety.
fatigue
Yeah.
in my muscles after about 3 miles really start to kick in.
How far or how long could you walk without any assistance, just like you did down the walkway there?
Well,
For your safetiness, what would you do if it was for you?
for here, I was doing some laps
Uh-huh.
before you guys came in, and I did 3 laps before I went over and grabbed my crutch. And each lap is a 1/10 of a mile.
Awesome.
So I'm pretty sure I would have continued.
Yeah.
I just knew I needed to go work out a little bit
Yeah.
before you guys showed up.
Yeah.
Beast mode.
So I think, to be honest with you, I think I could be pretty good with a half a mile
Yeah.
right now without saying, God, I really need my crutches.
It's fantastic.
Probably have to maybe stop a time or two,
Okay.
take a little breather,
Yeah. Recompose.
start back up again. I don't know how it is for you, Eddie. For me, starting back up is a real bitch.
Yeah,
My
it is. I
pain
usually,
level is horrendous. I can't get my synchronization rate. It takes me probably a good 25 or 30 yards to finally say,
Everything
okay,
working together.
now I got the step. But then on me, that changes after maybe the 5th or 6th step. My body will change, and then all of a sudden my leg will go slow. What in the world did I do? That's just what's going on in my body. And that'll stop, and then all of a sudden my hip will lock up. And I'm walking like this, and then all of a sudden my hip will quit. And then I'm okay again. So that's part of the ground support that I'm dealing with. And when it comes up, you deal with it. When it goes away, you move on. That's the only way I can look at it instead of saying, fuck this. Real easy for both of us to do that. But I don't think any of one of our minds, we have that kind of a mindset. Just not willing to give up yet. And you're right, we got family that depend on me. I've got a wife that depends on me. And I don't want her having to do it all. I just don't want her having to do it all. So that's what I said again. I'm just not willing to have her do it. I told myself to get up, man up. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional about it.
No, you should, man. It's
But I
awesome
did.
because that's part of the mindset.
Yeah.
You got it's a lifestyle.
I did tell the wife that it was time for me to man up. And that's exactly what I said to her. I said, it's time to man up. So, kind of sounds weird saying man up and then you're crying, but...
But that's what it's all about. That is what it's all about.
But I feel good.
sorry, you're impressive,
No.
man.
Oh, this is
That's all
very
I can tell
impressive.
you.
I love that.
You want to ask him anything else, Chad?
No, I just
I'm
I
ready
like
to work
to.
out with the guy, man.
Yeah, no, I want to. I'd like to see what I think I can show you some things and just
Good.
see where you're at.
Yeah.
That's kind of the other things too. Is that I'm all about the movement aspects and challenges. Like monkeys can lift weights and all that stuff. What you guys have to do, or what athletics have to do, is you got to be moving.
Yeah.
And we teach that to the athletes. Well, unfortunately, as the injured as you guys are with spinal cord patients and with spinal cord injuries, the things you could not do initially was move. So one of the goals has to be to move again.
Yeah.
And like you kind of said, there's no rhyme or reason for how you got to where you got to be. You worked hard and you're inpatient. You were at Barrows, but really, what you've taken upon yourself is what has gotten you better with some knowledge. With Eddy's come down with me. All I'm providing is some materials to help him. I'm watching. The best tools I have is my eyes. I like the way that the body works. I like the way the mechanics of it work. Well, there's certain things that we have to work with, and you can pick little tiny things, and those little tiny things are going to make your big picture look that much bigger.
Right.
It's putting a puzzle together. Initially you started with 5 pieces to that puzzle. Right now you have about 1,000.
Yeah.
And it's the little 1,000. I got to find and get to 999th piece. Be able to get this to go, and we're halfway
That's
there.
true. Yeah.
That's what I've seen, and that's kind of what I've looked in my head from working with Eddy. Is that there's a lot of pieces to this puzzle. There is no one way for this to be fixed.
No.
Except through mindset and hard work.
And the thing is, every person that has
different.
an injury is different.
Yep.
There's something that is different between mine and Eddy's injuries, and we're both at the same level.
We've looked here with Eddy doing different AFO braces. Through the feet, we've done just regular ASO braces. Basketball braces. For him to go through, get his hip replaced, and come off that, just astonishing. But at the same time, is that there has never been any thought of, I can't do this.
Right.
He's looking for the next challenge. What can I do to get me back to being an able body?
Exactly.
And that's where the drive comes from. It's a day in, day out, all day thing. But as you know, they're small increments. It's got to be a lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And it's got to be a lifestyle.
I remember the time I had this moment. I don't know if you've ever had one where I stood up one time, and I think I was on a walker, or no, I was maybe on the canes or something. And I had that feeling, that statement that you hear from people, that it feels like your feet are like in cement blocks.
Yeah, we had that.
I just couldn't this ain't gonna happen. These things are like, I felt like they were on 10, cement blocks, and I just couldn't move them. And I thought, I felt almost for a little bit, maybe I need to just kind of take a rest. Maybe you'll never give up, but just, wow, man. I don't know if I'm going to get to it. I didn't know if I was going to get to where I was at now until I got past that point. But that, I've heard that feeling, that saying from other people that they got up and they just felt like their feet were in like cement blocks.
Correct.
Your mind is telling your feet, take that initial step, and it's like they're not moving.
Body doesn't know what to do yet. Your head.
But not to get discouraged with that point, but you got to get past it.
Yeah.
Get there.
Well, I've always kind of compared that to the old school car in the 70s with the carburetors. When you go to turn it off and it doesn't quite turn off all the way, it kind of sputters.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where the impulses, everything that are coming through the spinal cord, being related to the body, the muscles, and everything else to get the actions to happen.
That's the spasticity.
Yep, and we got to get that to stop down, so that way we can get a true firing of the signal of the nerve to go through to that muscle to get it to react.
Yeah.
You've said some of the things that we've kind of talked with Eddy, and Eddy's been talked to before about getting to turn off some muscles. You'll be able to move much better once you relax.
Yes.
Right, Eddy? And that's kind of one of the things we have with some of the quads aspects. I compare that to swimming. If you throw somebody in the water, they're going to tighten up right away. They drown.
Yeah.
If you relax, you can swim. So being able to know, now again, you're trying to get those muscles to fire and become strong again, but then again, those are your saviors. You can't shut them off or you might fall down.
Yeah.
How do we do this?
Yeah. That's the trick. Learning,
Awesome.
especially for myself, because I have the disconnect between my nerve and my muscle.
You sure?
A lot of my muscles in my back stay
Tight.
So that's my big thing is stretch, work out, to actually loosen my muscles. Not to get them big or to make them stronger. Well, obviously to make them stronger.
Well, you have to loosen.
Relaxes my muscles.
You have to loosen the ones that are shortened. At the end of the day, we have to be a 50-50.
Yeah.
If I make a contraction, one side of my muscles, they shorten, the other side lengthens. So by doing that, we're going to have an imbalance, especially for you guys to get vertical again. We've got to have 50-50 tension on both of them. That way we are stable.
Right.
And we can't put too many torques in the joints, especially with the spinal stuff, as I have to relax the back muscles in a fashion of keeping me upright without having any of the pressure on my joints.
Yeah.
That's the other thing with muscle tension and spasticity, is it tightens up the joints. Well, if we have those tightened joints, we got concrete shoes on.
That's it.
Yep.
100%.
Yep. Awesome.
Well, you ready to work out?
I'm ready to work out.
Well, thank you.
Hey,
Thank you,
thank
Paul.
you for your time.
Thank you.
Your time.
Yeah, thank you very much for your
wisdom
time,
there
Paul.
And stuff, and if they have any questions, I'll try to refer them to you. Are you on Facebook or Instagram or anything?
I'm not, but I'll give you my wife's Facebook.
All right.
There you go.
And,
Yeah, see, he's in that demographic, that 56, without the Facebook and the Instagram and all that.
I'm
Huh?
not on Facebook.
All right.
Hey, your story needs to be though. You got a great story. I know you've done a lot to me today. Just again ties everything together. It's very, very motivating. Very motivating.
Well, I appreciate
You know,
that.
and say that at the end of the day, emotions or whatever, stay moving. Stay moving.
I'm with you on that one. So let's go work out.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Adios.